Hey, this is a little announcement. This channel will only be podcast from now on. If you want to see the other content out there before, go subscribe to this new channel. Link in the description. I'll be posting almost daily non-podcast related videos.
Welcome back to an episode of the Nicocast. Today I'm here with Lee. He is the social media manager of Tubebuddy and occasionally makes his own content on his own channel. So tell us about yourself.
Man, that's a good question. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Lee. I am, like you said, the social media manager at Tubebuddy. I'm also a little bit of a content creator. I run my own production business. I live out here in Arizona, enjoying the heat right now. I play a lot of ultimate frisbee.
There's a lot of heat too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's crazy. And most of my day is spent playing ultimate frisbee or hanging out with YouTube creators.
That's amazing. You have a production company?
Yeah. I started a production company back in like 2017, 18.
That's so cool. What do you do like in company? That makes sense.
As far as like video production goes?
Yeah.
So the story there is many years ago, my church needed, that's actually how I got started in video. So that like actually if this wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't be here right now. But a few years ago, my pastor needed some help editing the church's videos. So I volunteered to help, and that kind of got me super engaged in the art of video creating. Started doing more researching, started getting really into it. Never knew it was a thing that I would enjoy. But from there, I just started freelancing. So I started picking up clients left and right, starting to like, hey, like I'll do a free job for you just to build my portfolio, things like that. And then from there, I just kind of kept doing freelance. So what do? People call me up when they need a job. So usually it's like, sometimes it's like a music video, not really my skill set, but I'm like really good at creating short video ads for doctors' offices, restaurants, gyms, whatever the case might be, like very short, punchy video ads. I found myself to be very skilled at that.
How did you go from freelancing to making YouTube videos? Was there like a certain person who inspired you to do that? Or was it like, oh, I should do this?
Yeah, I mean, there's always people who inspire me. So before, when I first picked up a camera, I didn't think it was anything special. I thought it was just a camera. I thought video editing was probably something stupid easy and didn't require effort at all. But eventually I started watching this creator named J.R. Ali. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's dope. He's dope. I started getting familiar with Daniel Schiffer, started getting familiar with Sam Coder, and like all those filmmaking channels on YouTube inspired me to pursue video creation more as a art form rather than something I just volunteered my time to do at the church. So that's how I went from just filmmaking to being interested into videography as an art. And then as I got more into the art form of it, creators like Ryan Trahan, Steezy Kane, those kind of people really said, showed me that YouTube could be a really dope platform to create for.
Yeah, like all those YouTubers I met are amazing. Like I love Daniel Schiffer. I love Sam Coder. He was actually close to coming on my podcast. Sam Coder.
Say what?
He was actually very close to coming on my podcast, but like,
gotta make it happen, man. That would be a dope.
Yeah, but then show. Like when I first reached out, he was like in Bali. Then I waited a couple of months. I reached back, and then I reached back like it was like a couple of weeks ago. And then they just said no. But I mean, hopefully I do get to interview sometime soon.
And I see you're wearing a Seek Discomfort shirt like that. Those are like Yes Theory is my number one or number two. It's like a toss up between Yes Theory and Ryan Trahan for like, the creators who inspire me the most.
Yes Theory is amazing.
For sure.
I love all of them are amazing. I interviewed their editor, Tommy.
Yeah.
And I interviewed Mar.
Yeah, I saw you with the Mar. I watched that episode. Actually.
And that episode's old. I'm gonna redo that episode sometime again. And then I'm interviewing Matt very soon.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Which is very cool. I was supposed to interview him today, but something came up, so we have to reschedule it.
Dude, you're a celebrity, man. You're a celebrity.
Not yet, but hopefully one day.
Yeah.
So what happened before you got the job with Tubebuddy? Like, how were you building your portfolio? Like, you kind of mentioned that you were like doing free editing gigs, but like, what else?
Yeah, I mean, the job with Tubebuddy really came as a desperation to get into the YouTube space, to be honest with you. So prior to coming to Tubebuddy, I was fresh here to Arizona. Like I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any connections. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any word of mouth about my services. So I was just in a new area trying to rebuild what I built back at home in Ohio. And I just went on Facebook. That's how I got started out here when I moved here. And I moved out here at the beginning of 2020. So like right when COVID started hitting and all that kind of stuff. I probably shouldn't say I don't want your video to get demonetized or something.
No, don't worry. I'm not monetized yet.
Okay.
Hopefully soon.
Very soon. But yeah, I went on. So it sounds crazy, but I'm a vegan, and there's a point I'm saying this. So I'm a vegan, and the vegan community is very close with each other. And out here in Arizona, there's a ton of vegan groups for different areas like Phoenix, like Tempe, or just Arizona in general. So what I ended up doing was I promoted myself to this vegan group and just kind of went online and said, hey, I'm new to the area. I'm vegan. I would love to create content for fellow vegans. And little did I know that would kickstart my entire videography business, in Arizona. Because as soon as I posted that, literally I was getting calls left and right every single day, to the point where I started having to turn work down.
Wow.
Because at the time it wasn't valuable enough for me, because I was offering my services at a reduced rate. I mean, like, I want to get my name known out here. I want to get in with a bunch of people, so I can start expanding and growing. But like, that happened so fast, it was ridiculous. So ever since then, I've just been kind of like word of mouthing it and just hanging out, like going to different, mostly vegans, because they're so connected. So now I still get invited out to places. So I'm going to be shooting at a vegan festival here in a few days.
That's so cool.
I'm going to be working with this vegan group who does a lot of like protesting stuff. So I'm just going to kind of film their movement in what they're passionate about and kind of help them spread their message. But yeah, it's been fun.
How did you find out about Tubebuddy?
Yes. Yeah. Tubebuddy. Yeah, that's a funny story. So Tubebuddy actually emailed me, but they didn't just email me. They probably emailed their entire email list. This was just at a time they were like, they put out like an email blast saying like, we're looking for a like social media manager / educator role. It was just open to invite. And like, I probably can't say this, but like the Tubebuddy email list is massive. So, and I was nobody spectacular. So I am only assuming they sent it to everybody, because I was not even on their radar prior to this. But yeah, I ended up applying for it, and it came at a really funny time in my life, because it was at the time where I'm like, I want to be a YouTube creator, but I want to get into YouTube full time as a creator myself, but I also want to try to get as close to the action as possible, because I'm like, there's that apprenticeship phase, that learning phase of how to be a content creator, because I come from an experience of making like cinematic videos, like I wouldn't say like commercial level, but like enough for small businesses to like be blown away and get customers. Like those are what that's what I do. But taking that skill set to YouTube, it is not really the same. The editing style is different. The storytelling is different. It's my personal brand. So everything about the content I was going to be creating was super different. So what I tried to do was I reached out to a ton of Arizonan YouTubers to try to become their editor. I reached out to YouTubers abroad, like Financial Wolf. I had conversations with him. I was begging to work with Steezy Kane because he was looking for an editor at the time. So I was just really hungry to get work in the YouTube space. And then out of nowhere, that email came and I applied for it, but I took it very seriously. So what they had us do was they had us edit a video. And I took it very seriously. And eventually that's what got me the job. Just me and that initial first step in making that video and everything. So that's how I got here at Tubebuddy, to be honest. It was just an email blast at the perfect time in my life where I'm like, yo, I want to be in the YouTube space, and everybody's turning me down, or just offering me like something I couldn't really live off of to edit their videos. So Tubebuddy sent that email, and it was history from there.
So you mentioned you were on their email list. How did you actually get on that email list? Like, did they just send out to like random emails?
Like I promise you, if you are, you might be on their email list if you use Tubebuddy. Like I don't know what I did. Like I think I just signed up and I was automatically part of their email list. Like I did not sign up for anything. That was what was just so crazy. I think it was the Most High, man. I think it was God, because I didn't try. Like I was just praying about it. I'm like, yeah, I really want to do this. I really want to change career paths, because in the past I worked as an educator, but in like middle school and like lower elementary, and worked in mental health, and like I was like, me going from that to become becoming a social media manager, or me going from that to becoming working in the YouTube space was a big shit. So yeah, I didn't do anything. I didn't sign up for anything. I just got the email.
Like it was probably a case where they probably like mistyped the email.
That could have been it.
Maybe.
That could have been it. Yeah, that could have been it. I know it was a big push at the time because there was a lot of people who applied, and they were seriously looking for new talent to bring in. And they still are. We still are today. So yeah, I'm just thankful. Yeah.
It was like when you were sending out those emails, did like Tubebuddy ever come to your mind like, oh, I want to get a job at Tubebuddy? Or
never.
Were they like
never?
Not even in your mind?
No, they weren't in my mind, because like I had Tubebuddy because I posted like videos for other people. Like when I created videos at my church, like I would post them online, and I would use Tubebuddy just to try to maximize the reach that I could get on those videos. But no, I was not set out to get a job at Tubebuddy. It wasn't even on my radar. I mean, Tubebuddy is based in San Diego, California. And honestly, if it wasn't for COVID, I don't know how open they would have been to me working remote. Because at the time, prior to me joining the team, they only had one remote employee. Granted, they were a smaller team at the time I joined the team, but they still only had one remote employee. And COVID really allowed even that opportunity to exist, because I'm still not trying to move to California.
But what do you do with Tubebuddy? Like, what is your role?
Yeah. So we're a different kind of company, I would say. I think everybody who is on the team wears 40 different hats, which is good and bad sometimes, but like as far as me, like my official title is social media manager. So what that will entail usually is creating content for social media, managing, our social media conversations with people, whether that be like support or just engaging with the community. And then outside of that, that's just like running promotions, doing campaigns, everything like marketing for social. So it's pretty much everything marketing just directed at our social media channels. And then outside of that is actually a lot of education. So like I'm creating YouTube videos for our YouTube channel. Like we're creating YouTube shorts, and I'm just doing like shorts every, man, that sounds terrible, but I'm doing YouTube shorts every week. Just kind of educating creators on a feature or like an aspect of YouTube. And, I'm doing a lot of Clubhouse rooms and just hanging out with creators there. So it's like half of it's like education and coaching, whether it be in YouTube in general or on a specific tool, or it's marketing at the end of the day.
That seems fun.
It's awesome, man. It's awesome. I literally, like I tell people, like I literally just hang out with creators all day long. Which is great because like, at work, I'm hanging out with YouTubers and just talking to YouTubers. Outside of work, I hang out with YouTubers and just talk to YouTubers. I create content. Everything's just like, I'm like YouTube 24/7, which like when I said I wanted to get deep into the YouTube space, like this couldn't have worked out any better because now YouTube's just like my one focus.
Like you mentioned, you like make shorts for Tubebuddy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of shorts?
I'm trying to crack the code, man. I haven't cracked the code for shorts yet. What do I think about them? I think they're great. Don't get me wrong. I think they're great. I think that YouTube Shorts provides, sorry, I'm fixing the chair. I think YouTube Shorts provides a new type of creator, a feature, like it gives them their paintbrush. Like long form creators have their paintbrush on YouTube right now. Short form creators really didn't have their paintbrush. They couldn't really create like they could on like Vine or TikTok or whatever other short form an app that was out there. So I think YouTube Shorts are great because it introduces more creators to the platform. But I think right now it's just like we're in this stage where people are trying to figure shorts out, like how to best use them and how to like what content performs best on a short, and that's like not extremely clear right now. I don't think for anybody. So I think shorts are one of those cool things that I think opens up the platform for people, like Clubhouse. Like, are you familiar with Clubhouse? Like, I'm a big fan of Clubhouses because Clubhouse is an audio only experience. So it's like people who weren't great at video or creating long form video finally had a social media platform where they could grow and just by by being eloquent, just by being a speaker. And then like, you know, Instagram, at least in the past, like if you're a dope photographer, like I won't say you could go far because like, you know, discovery on Instagram hasn't always been that great, but just in general, what I'm trying to say is like different platforms allow creators to excel in their arena.
Exactly.
And I think that YouTube Shorts allows more video creators to excel in their arena on the shared platform as long form video creators.
I wouldn't say I cracked the code, the shorts, but I have like a shorts channel that I started a month ago yesterday. And I'm basically like uploading random shorts, and I noticed like the title is the most important thing. The shorts. And the channel has 13 million views and 5,000 subscribers.
Wait, when did you start this?
1 month ago yesterday.
13 million views?
Yes, and then 5,000 subscribers.
You cracked the code, man.
Yeah, which is
You're
like
cracking it at least.
The thing I noticed is that titles are so important. Like,
are they?
Yeah, like
yeah.
I noticed titles have helped me out so much. I noticed like for different videos where I put like normal titles you would put in long form videos. And then I tried putting like titles with like tons of like keywords kind of and those perform a lot better.
Like like you're giving me gems right now. Like I need to hear this because because like right now with our shorts that we're doing is like, you know, although we work in the YouTube space and we help YouTubers, like when new features come out, there's this learning period for us too. Like we're learning, like we have to get adjusted, we have to figure this thing out. And right now we're in that process of figuring things out, and it just so happens to be that I'm the one exploring it. So I'm trying to figure out like what's the right editing style for a YouTube short, what's the right length of a YouTube short. I know we have
for the length
seconds.
Like I noticed at the 15 best performing videos on the channel, a lot of the videos are under 30 seconds. There are like 1 minute long ones, but like the ones that normally do well are like the ones that are under 30 seconds.
And if you're able to tell me this, and I know sometimes creators have like these hidden projects where they can't release too much about it yet. And I know that might be the case with this because I follow you on social and I seen some of the screenshots and I see how some of the like the key information I'm trying to find is always scratched out. So you don't have to share this, but like what is the niche or the topic that you're exploring here?
So it's like I don't really care saying the niche because like a couple of people have already found the name of the channel and subscribed like a couple from my Instagram, which is crazy because I literally like forgot to blur like one title of the video. And
you're lucky I didn't see that because I'm one of those people who will do the digging.
But basically the type of videos I'm making is, you know,
I know that.
It's basically videos about them and like shorts.
Love it. So
mainly reposting their TikToks about them.
That's really interesting because like, do you ever plan to branch out from that focus group of creators?
I actually do want to do that. Like my current idea with like that channel is I want to get it to like, because I've seen other channels similar that post like the exact same like kind of content gets like 100,000 subscribers and at the rate this channel is growing, I feel like in like a year it'll be at 100,000 maybe. And if it doesn't, that's not okay. But if it gets to like 50K, or when it does get to 50K, I'm gonna turn it into like my own shorts channel and start posting my own shorts there.
Interesting.
That's what I want to do.
That I don't know. That might be is it going to be a complete 180 on them? Like, because that might be hard to swallow for them. So.
But like my idea is like the thing I'm gonna be doing to like convert people who still like the Sidemen videos to my Nicocast videos is like I'm going to be uploading like 2 shorts a day and then one of my own shorts a day and then keep uploading more of my shorts a day until those start performing well, which means the audience likes my shorts that I'm making on like TikTok and like YouTube shorts.
How old are you? Like you the whole time in this conversation I'm hearing I have a strategy behind what I'm doing. I have been looking at my analytics and I can tell you that these videos at this length perform this well over like how old are you?
I turned 13 in
crazy, man.
16 days.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I was like probably making mud pies when I was your age, like on a merry-go-round or something, just doing like fun stuff. Don't get me wrong, but like I wish I would have like had the brilliance to just say like, yeah, let's start this whole YouTube thing today. Cause like a couple years from now, you're gonna be one scary creator in the good way. One deadly creator.
And the thing is, I started when I was 5 years old, YouTube, which is even.
You say 5?
Yeah. If you look at my old videos, you can see 5-year-old Nico like running around his house.
I haven't gone that far back. I'll have to check those out now that you say.
Yeah, just go to search oldest and you'll see like tons of like videos of me walking around my house recording.
Yeah.
A lot of them are privated. I by accident played one. Okay. But a lot of them are privated. Because like some of them are like 2-hour long Minecraft videos with my friends, and I'm not gonna watch the whole thing just to see if I said something bad or not. So those are privated.
Yeah.
But yeah. And
that's
then
awesome.
I also had like, this was back in February. I started another shorts channel where I posted like Minecraft shorts. Like, but this time I was making the content. And the channel was performing so well. But then after a while, it kind of died down because I got lazy with the content. But yeah, it's like also with shorts, you gotta be consistent with shorts, titles, and sometimes under 30 seconds.
It's just so incredible because I wish more creators your age were willing to pursue YouTube. You know, I was just talking to a buddy of mine the other day about long story short, not to go too deep into it, but like an initiative to help educate younger budding creators, and how can we get this next generation set up to, you know, take ownership of not just the creatorverse, not just YouTube, but just like the creatorverse in general. Like, how can the next generation really take over? And I'm sorry, I'm looking at this shirt, I'm trying to fix it because it's so wrinkled.
I'm trying to fix my sweater too, because
I'm like seeing this reflection, I'm like, dang, I should iron this before I did this. But where was I gonna say? So like I wish more creators like you, or kids your age, maybe kids your age are into this. Like from when I worked in schools and I worked with kids around your age, like they were interested in watching YouTube, but they weren't interested in creating. You know, one thing we talked about in class was like the difference between, are you a consumer, are you a creator, and then like even in form of media. And a lot of them were just consumers. But at the end of the day, it's like you have this awesome time, or you know, people your age have this awesome time because like they can go 110% into YouTube, have nothing to lose, and they have all the time in the world. Yeah, it's crazy. It's freaking crazy.
Yeah, there's only like I have one friend who is not in my grade, but he's in the grade above me, who has like a YouTube channel. He has like 200 subscribers. And then a couple of like the girls have like 10K followers on TikTok. But I don't know if like that's something they want to do, like full time, where they just like got lucky with like one video and then they started doing well. But yeah, and like the thing is, I feel like if I've had a lot of friends that start YouTube because I like convinced them, and they quit early on because they're not seeing like growth, and like you're not gonna get 100,000 subscribers in 3 months. Like you might, but like if you're brand new, know nothing, it's gonna be hard. But yeah, it's just like if you're my age and want to start YouTube, don't expect early success. You might have early success, but just it might take time. Like for me, it took 5 years to get 1,000 subscribers. And like the moment you get to like 100 subscribers, it's like going even faster and even faster and even faster.
It's freaking nuts because I feel like I'm talking to a celebrity. Like it's crazy. Like you don't understand. Like you. Man, not just you, just like I see it every day. Like I work with creators all the time, and I can always see when there's a creator that's just like they're right there, like they're right there on that flame that's about to ignite. Like and I definitely consider you one of them. Like I have this it's funny because I have this, you're getting added to it, but I have this list of like dope creators that I come across. Like I'm online, I interact with hundreds of creators a day. Some of them more deeply, some of them just like in passing. And you know, I always keep this running list of creators just to keep watching, like because I just see something in them where it's like, yeah, this person's going to be huge. So
I'm honored to be added to that list.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be added to that list for sure.
Anyways, kind of like moving on.
Yeah.
Did you take Creator Now? Because I feel like I saw you in the.
Oh gosh, man, I'm in Creator Now right now, dude. I'm going to be in every Creator Now. Like I've been in Creator Now from day one, and I'm always going to be. In the past, I was in Creator Now, just kind of hanging out, talking to creators, seeing what the algorithm group chat was talking about. Just trying to kind of like that's kind of my job, like just to kind of stay up to date, know what's going on, and like what better way to get intel from a group chat of 300 creators on what's happening in the YouTube space. So the last two Creator Nows, I kind of just hung out. This Creator Now, I'm creating content for my personal channel though.
That's good to see. I signed up to Creator Now, but I got kicked out for being under 16, which was annoying because there were a couple people from the first season that were under 16 and they didn't get kicked out, but I did get kicked out, which was
to that point
funny.
though. To that point, not to throw any person under the bus, but I think it was because of the behavior of some of the kids under 16 in the first Creator Now that made that decision effective after season one, because the first season was a little
a mess.
It wasn't a mess, but some of that young energy was not good, was not helpful. Not everybody your age is as mature as you are, let's put it that way. So there was some, I wish they knew that you could handle it and that you would be a good addition to it. But that rule, I was there season one, and I know why that rule was made.
But yeah, it's like too late. Like I already got like the Notion templates. I already saw like all the other seasons videos. I saw like
for real.
Samir Collins like video about story making. I saw Hayden's video about editing. I saw all of them, so it was too late.
Wow.
After I got kicked out. I made it to the first day. And then I got kicked out.
On season 2 or 3?
Season 2.
Dang, I don't know if I have many strings to pull with them right now, but like I wonder if you would reach out and email them like, yo, like I'm legit. Like here's my interviews, like here's what I'm doing. Like I'm not here to play around. Like you need to let me in.
I feel like that would come out as a little bit egotistical, but I feel like it's a good idea to do that.
Nah, I don't think it's egotistical. Like they shutting you down, but they don't know you. They don't know what you can provide. Like I'd go out with the fight at least. You gotta put up a fight.
How do you like balance everything you do?
I don't, to be honest with you. I don't. I'm really terrible with the work-life balance. I'm really terrible at those things. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I do get burnt out quite often because of that. And I'm actively looking for ways to balance things. But, like some people, I think creators are in like a really interesting position where, well, let me just use it for myself since you asked me. It's like I work in social media, but I also use social media. I work in the YouTube space, but I also create for YouTube. I sit here at this computer or work for 8 hours a day, but then I also sit here for 8 more hours editing other people's videos or my own. So it's like, it's hard to balance because really my life is one-sided. It's all content. It's all social media. Like that's my entire life, which is tough. Like especially being a remote worker where this bedroom, I do everything here. Like at this station here that I got set up, I do everything here. I work here, I edit here, I research here, I script here. So it's like, it's hard for me to find that balance, and I'm still looking for it. I think the biggest thing that I do to keep from, exploding or completely crashing is I do some things to regulate myself, like playing Ultimate Frisbee. Like I play Ultimate Frisbee 5 or 6 times a week. And that's just kind of the thing that keeps me chill. Like if I don't play Ultimate one day or I don't go to the gym, don't freaking talk to me. Cause I'm like, I got a headache. I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated. I don't want to be bothered. Like because if I don't play Ultimate Frisbee or I don't go to the gym or I don't film something, I love filming. So like, anytime I get a chance to go out and film, oh yeah, I'm super happy there too. But if I don't do one of those things in a day, that really must mean I've been in this room for like 18 hours at this point, and like nobody needs to talk to me. So that's how I balance. I make sure I go ahead and get out. Right now, I've been doing this thing with a friend group of mine where we go out every Friday, which has been super helpful for me because, over 2020 and most of 2021, like it wasn't like I wasn't like hanging out. Like I wasn't out
Mhm.
really chill, connecting with people. Right now we're kind of in a place where we kind of can do it again for who knows how much longer. So yeah, those are like, I think for me, balancing is more so like, no, I'm juggling a lot. Let's just be honest. I'm juggling a
Yeah.
lot. How can I make it easy? How can I make it so I don't completely collapse? Because I gotta juggle a lot. Like there's how can you balance stuff like so much? Like at the end of the day, there's a lot like in my life right now, like working at TubeBuddy, sometimes it's more than an 8-hour day job. Running a side business, like that takes time, that takes hours in my day. Now that I'm in creator now and I'm creating content, now I need to make videos too, like for myself. Like that, it's a lot to manage.
Yeah.
And there's realistically and I want to get sleep and I want to do other things like work out. Like there's really no way to balance all that. It's just like, how do you keep it going without collapsing? And I think for me, it's finding those things that just kind of regulate me, bring me to peace, reset, like quote unquote, like that Sabbath of rest or something where I can just jump right back into it.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like it's always good to have like a friend group. I have like a friend in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And they're actually, well, when in the sort of the start of the interview, they were like calling me like, Nico, come out, like stuff like that, like annoying me. But yeah, it's we go almost every day just to like either play football, soccer, or just like talk. But yeah,
you got to because you know what's scary, man. Like I don't think a lot of people understand like how necessary having those friends, having those like outlets to de-stress and get out are so important, especially the content creators, because you go on YouTube and you're like this friendly person, smiling, happy, creating all these great video ideas, but like content creators spend most of their time in isolation. Like they're normally brainstorming on their own, scripting on their own, ideating on their own, unless you're like one of them like in a creator house or something like that, unless you're like having like 30 people in your video. Like my videos, I'm gonna be by myself. So I scripted it by myself. I thought about it by myself. I shot it by myself. I edited it by myself. Like, although the people in the YouTube community are like, oh man, you're seeing this person and you feel the community, you're in the comments and it feels social. At the end of the day, creating content is a solo game for many of us. And it's very lonely. Like I'll set up my camera and it's just me in the room talking to a camera. I'm not really talking to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really hanging out with anybody. I'm walking through a neighborhood holding a camera by myself. So yeah, I think like for content creators, we spend so much time in isolation. It's just good to have those moments where we can get out.
Yeah, it was like for me during like the whole quarantine COVID thing, it was like some people got worse at social interaction, but I got better. That sounds weird because of my podcast, and I was constantly like talking to people. Most of the time twice my age. I was like talking to people, like asking them questions. So I learned a lot, and I got better at like talking to people and stuff like that, which was good. And
well, you're very skilled at it, man. Like I said,
you.
You got the skills. You got the skills.
Thank you. So you mentioned you are going to be uploading back on your main channel with Creator Now. What can we expect?
I describe currently. I don't know, this might change because it's changed dozens of times, but I think what I will describe my channel as is wild personal development. And what can you expect there? I want to explore wealth. I want to explore health. I want to explore self-help and mindset and just all these self-help principles. But I want to do it in a more of like a general interest type of way. So I think like my content pillars are really going to fall back on like wealth, health, and intelligence. Like at the core, like we're talking about wealth here, we're talking about health here, we're talking about maybe like mindset, maybe more than intelligence. But all the content is going to be created in a more like a general interest with a wide appeal type of way. So one of the videos where I first explored this in the past that actually does live on my channel is the idea of like, how can I build confidence? How can I do a video about confidence? How can I do a video about even body confidence? And like, what is a way that would appeal to everybody? Well, let me do a video where I try to learn how to dance. Stupid, it's funny, but at the same time, I have the opportunity to talk about confidence and building confidence. The same thing goes with the other videos I'm doing where I might learn how to sing, or I start up a business just to like a quick business just to test and explore a new opportunity. Like I might start a vending machine business or something. Like, who knows what I might do. And I'll create it in a way that's super wide appealing, super attractive to everybody, super funny. Like, I really want people to engage with it. But at the end of the day, it goes back to one of those pillars of self-help. And I know you watch Ryan, or you've heard of Ryan Trahan.
Yeah, I watch his videos.
Oh, love him. Love him. Love him. I hope I meet him at Vid Summit this year. Like, love the dude.
His videos are amazing. Like,
yeah.
his transformation from all the different types of content. He went from like commentary videos to like vlogs, and now he's like entertainment videos. It's like crazy to see him grow.
It is freaking wild. And I have actually a few funny stories about actually me and him, because we've connected in the past, and we follow each other on social. So every now and then we have like a little back and forth going on, which is awesome. Just their stories there. And I won $1,000 from him. Like, if you remember when he was doing that penny thing, you remember that? Where like every new subscriber, not that penny thing, a different penny thing. Every time he got a new subscriber, he put like 10 cents in it, not 10 cents, like a penny in a piggy bank or something like that for every new subscriber or something like that. And he did that like
how long ago was it?
Unless it might not be his banner anymore, but like he changed his banner like at the beginning.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And then like so many people copied him after that.
I think a lot of people. But
I know what you're talking about.
I've seen a ton of creators do it since he did it.
But if like, you subscribe, allowed like 10 cents to his piggy bank.
Exactly.
Something like that. Or like
exactly. And then he passed out the money.
If you subscribe, I'll donate like 10 cents to charity or something like that.
Exactly. So creators are doing that now. He did that on his channel, and he gave out like $1,000, like he did like increments of $1,000 to different people. I happen to be one of those people, which was like so freaking unreal. Yeah. So that's actually how we got connected. But the reason I bring up Ryan Trahan is because, one, he is my favorite creator. I'm inspired by him. If I could create content exactly like he does, I would do it, like hands down. I think we both have interesting personalities, and I think like those kind of ideas that he does, I think they're amazing. But the reason I bring him up is because he's a great example of what I'm talking about. Ryan Trahan did the penny challenge, right? Like, that's a wide appealing, viral worthy idea. Yeah. It was viral worthy. He trended for like every day he did it. And then when he did it the first time on his channel, like that video had like millions of views compared to all the videos around it that had like 40,000 or something. Like, that was always a viral idea.
He went from like, he did the 5 Strangers vs. Imposters, which had 500,000. And then as soon as he uploaded the penny one, like 13 million views. Game
over. And it's like, even like if I go to his channel real quick, because he did that wasn't the first time he did the penny challenge, right? He did the penny challenge earlier on in his YouTube career. And even still, that video did massively well. I probably shouldn't be doing this on the podcast, but now I'm so interested.
No, don't worry.
Yeah, he first did the penny challenge 4 years ago.
Yeah, he did like a very early version one.
Yeah, and it has 4.2 million views right now. The video before it has 27,000. The video before it has 19. You see what I'm saying? Like, that idea just always worked for his channel once that got lost to the screen. There we go. And but that's an example of how you can take a widely appealing idea and then bring it down to like a finance. Like, it's really entrepreneurship. In his earlier videos, he talked about, like, he pretended it was an entrepreneurial project. So like, that's kind of like what I'm going at. Like, how can we take a viral idea but make it more centered around something in self-help. I'll lean into it more than he did. He didn't really talk about it. I will, but yeah, essentially that's kind of what I want to do. And I want to also be able to create solo content really well. And I think Emma Chamberlain does an incredible job at it. I think Kelly Stamps does an incredible job at it. I think Ryan Trahan in his newer videos does an amazing job at it. Because if you notice, a lot of his videos right now are just him and the camera going around. Like there's nobody filming him. Like the one he just did on the island, he just took the camera and made a dope video.
And with like two random dudes.
Yeah, and it was a funny, great video. One of my favorite videos that he's ever done. And it was just him and a camera. And it really showed how when he did those high energy, high effort edits and just went all the way in, those videos did well. I mean, he's always been a dope creator, but somehow like the videos where he just shows his personality, goes really bare bones, like, hey, I'm just gonna pick up a camera and go out and film today. And I'm not gonna edit it like crazy. I'm not gonna jump into After Effects every 30 seconds to create some transition or something like that. Like it's just very smooth cuts. He doesn't even have music playing in the background. Like it's just like you're hanging out with Ryan today, or you're hanging out with Kelly Stamps today, or you're hanging out with Emma Chamberlain today, and you're just coming along with me on whatever I'm doing. And that's really what I want for the content that I create.
Yeah, I'm very excited for like you to be uploading content again. By the time this comes out, I'm guessing you'll probably upload a couple videos. Yes. Because it's coming out like towards the end of October. Yes. Because I'm booked on guests until then. Like episodes recorded, so I don't want to skip people. So his channel's in the rush. His channel's in the description. Subscribe to him. But anyways, moving on. Yeah. You mentioned Ultimate Frisbee a couple times. How did you get into Frisbee and why?
Yeah. I led this group called Young Life. I don't know if you're familiar with Young Life, but it's a Christian organization that the purpose of it is to introduce people to the gospel. It's not really a church. There's opportunities to hang out and fellowship, but it's really like, how can we reach communities where kids haven't really discovered Christ or haven't really thought about Christ, and how can we spread that to them? Not to get religious here. But I led that group. And one of the things that we did as a group is we played Ultimate. The kids loved playing Frisbee. And so what I would do is I would organize opportunities for us to go to a park and just hang out, toss a Frisbee around, play a few games, and just kind of, go to Sonic afterwards or whatever. And they love that. But that was also my introduction to the sport. Like I never really played the sport up until that point where I learned that was their interest. So I made it happen. Like, you guys love Ultimate, let's play Ultimate. I'll learn. And then, but when I learned, I learned. Like I learned that I love the sport. And I got super into it. And then one day I was at the gym and I saw a guy wearing a shirt that had like an Ultimate Frisbee on it. And so I asked him about it. He told me that there was a league and he like organized it. So we got in conversation and I ended up joining the league that was in my hometown. And I started really learning how to play. And then I think your question was how I got started, right?
Because how did you get into it and why?
Yeah. Well, that was right. Just like I learned that it was a sport. Then I fell in love with it as a sport. Then I found other people who were in the sport that invited me to play with them outside of that group of Young Life kids. And I joined a league, which is just like anybody can join a league, this kind of league at least. And you can just come in and play. And that was great. So I did that for a few years and really developed my skills and passion for the sport. And then just this last year, really just a few months ago, I tried out for a club team and ended up making that club team. So like right now I'm just trying to go up the ladder. Oh, it's a club team. So club team is really, the next step would be pro, but I would probably need to spend like a few years playing at the
Yeah.
club level before I feel comfortable playing pro. But like that is the goal. That is the goal of mine, is to go pro. I know a lot of people who play pro, playing ultimate frisbee. Playing pro ultimate frisbee is not like being in the NFL. Like it's very low key, it's very casual. Nobody's asking for your autograph really, unless you're like MKBHD, because you know everybody loves him and he plays a lot of ultimate. He plays pro. I'm sure you knew that though.
Really?
Yeah, MKBHD is.
I didn't know. I didn't even know he played frisbee.
Oh, you didn't know that?
That's funny. No, I didn't know.
Oh no, MKBHD. You can watch his highlights.
Imagine like coming up to him, not for his YouTube channel with like 14 million subscribers, but for his like frisbee, like playing.
He's really good. Like he's one of the best, like for sure. Like he's really good. And he plays on a really stellar team. But yeah, he's a pro ultimate frisbee player. Which is super dope that like a YouTube creator of his caliber in his arena, like he does tech videos, yet he's also an pro ultimate frisbee player. That's always like really shocking to people. But yeah, like that's my goal, is to go pro. But I need some time to develop. So like I'm fortunate to have been selected to join a club team, but I'm definitely not at the level to travel the world and travel the country even to like play. Like I'm not quite that level. That's a whole different skill set that I would need to acquire.
Yeah, you're the first person like I've heard that like plays ultimate like frisbee. Like I've seen people play casually frisbee, but like saying it's serious, like and I didn't really know you can go professional frisbee. But
are you familiar with ultimate now? Because some people get it confused with like frisbee golf, which is you can
frisbee
go
golf
there too. Oh man, I'm just opening up your whole world right now.
You are.
Yeah, so frisbee golf, you've probably seen it. So frisbee golf is like you use like a disc.
Yeah.
It's really called disc golf, and you have like chains or something, and then you kind of like, it's like playing golf essentially.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's like you throw it and then there's like a
like a bat.
Yeah.
Throw it too. That's frisbee golf. And then ultimate frisbee is that sport that is like 7-on-7, like on a football size kind of field. Not exactly, but that's the point of it. And then you're passing it back and forth and running. So
that looks fun.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, later today, look up MKBHD Ultimate Frisbee highlights, and he'll make you want to play.
I'm gonna keep it to watch it later.
Yeah, he'll make you want to play Ultimate.
That's cool. Okay, I found up Marcus Brownlee Ultimate Career Highlights.
Yes. Yep. Take a look at him.
So funny.
Or that dude is a great. But like he's done, like, you probably never seen it, but like he did a video with, I think he's done a video with Brody Smith. If you know Brody, you might know Brody. Oh man, okay. Yeah, Brody's Brody's like a sport YouTuber, but he was like really big into like ultimate. Right now I think he does a lot of golfing or something. My phone. Crazy.
His channel, like I just checked out his channel. There's like, how far can I throw like a frisbee? It's mainly like frisbee content. And then there's one golf video.
Yeah. So he's trying to change up his content. So there's Brody Smith, and then there's I think he's done a video with Dude Perfect also.
Yeah.
So yeah, great stuff.
Yeah, that's so cool. So like we had touched upon before, like before the ultimate frisbee thing. I had asked you a question about like YouTube. What can we expect? What are your goals for YouTube? Like when you start up, what do you expect from yourself in a year? What do you want to accomplish in a year? Stuff like that.
Yeah. I think for me, the number one goal is to create content consistently. It should be any creator's first goal, is just to be consistent. And that's what I've struggled with for so long. So my first goal is to create content consistently. My realistic goal that I feel realistic, like I want to explode my channel. Like I want to, I don't have like a subscribership goal or view goal, but like I think my goal is to take what the average creator can do in 5 years and do it in a year. Like that's what I want to do. Like I don't want to go slow. I don't want to grow slow. I want to take off and really jump 10 toes deep into content. So that's my YouTube goal, is to create content consistently, find my identity and my style, and just grow fast and grow well, and with understanding. Because I think I'm in a unique position where it's not like I'm learning YouTube. Like it's just now I'm at the point
it's your job.
Yeah, like that now I just need to actually do it. And that's actually the hardest part, is like when you know what it takes to make a video do well, the production it's going to take, the storytelling, the editing, everything that goes into a video is actually hard. It's hard because even though you might know what to do, you have to execute. And creating thumbnails are hard. Creating great titles are hard. Editing is hard. Scripting is hard. Recording is hard. Everything about it is going to be work. Because even like all the creators we mentioned, Ryan Trahan, Yes Theory, and so on, you watch any of their video and you go like, yeah, they put a lot of work into this.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like for a lot of people, just having the knowledge of how to do YouTube is not enough. Like you actually got to execute and make that video at that caliber to go trending, to have that level of success. So that's the thing that I'm working toward now, is to actually execute on those big initiatives like that.
Yeah, I think those goals are some goals you can definitely do. If you find the right audience, you will grow very fast, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the last question I'm gonna be asking.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for anyone that wants to start making videos?
Man, I'm so much advice, but I think the best advice is to believe in yourself. And it's so cliche. Everybody says believe in yourself, but like really believe in yourself. Believe that you are that creator who can make millions, grow millions of subscribers, start your own business on YouTube or whatever social media platform you're doing. I think it's all about betting on yourself. I think so many of us are scared of our own selves. Like nobody's stopping you. Like nobody for the most part, for most people, like nobody's going to get in your way of becoming a YouTuber. Like you can do it on your cell phone these days. Like if you want to become a content creator, you just have to do it. And really a lot of time people are just holding themselves back because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that their stories are worth sharing. They don't believe that they can learn how to do something. I mean, like my editing skills from when I started is night and day. Like it takes time to grow. It takes time to learn. And I think the best advice any creator can have is just believe in yourself and start and never stop. Like that's those two things. If you believe in yourself and you start, like this day you decide to upload and you never stop from there, like you're consistent. Like if you say I'm doing it every week and you never stop, you're gonna win.
Yeah.
And if you improve. Some creators love to post hundreds of videos without ever looking at their analytics to figure out what's going on. They don't try to make adjustments, but if you do
those adjustments,
believe in yourself, start, don't stop, and use your analytics to inform future decisions.
Exactly.
Then you're good.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
That is some amazing advice. If you want to start YouTube, listen to what he just said. But yeah, thank you so much, Judah, for coming on the podcast. This means a lot. Before we end, is there anything you want to promote?
No. Sign up for Tubebuddy. I would say subscribe to the Nicocast. You're like Eric Decker says, you're early.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, my friend.
This means a lot. And I'll see you in the next episode of the Nicocast.
Peace.